Back in 2015, you described that Luke Cage character when you said, I quote, he's a reluctant superhero because he's very private. He's on the run from a checkered past, whether he's guilty or not. He really wants to see his community improve. He wants to improve it himself. He wants to improve himself. He's a blue collar guy.
Yeah.
What did you like most about playing Luke Cage character?
I think, the big thing for me was Cheo Hodari Coker had an idea, and his idea was sort of approaching it from a musical standpoint, the soundtrack, and I think that really spoke to people because it was that sort of timeless music. They wrote scores for all the scenes. They had a full orchestra. What he also wanted to do was, talk about the great writers of our time, like James Baldwin's, those kind of books we put into the show so people would understand, like, this guy's well-read and he's a Renaissance man.
Mm-hmm.
So you can always be learning at any moment in your life, and I think, you don't have to go to prison to figure that out. You don't have to have a rehabilitation of sorts that your life is falling apart for you to understand, like, every day is a moment to learn. And I always tell people, like, every day, you're literally doing something else. You should be changing in some way, shape, or form, physically doing something to make yourself better, mentally, health-wise. It's always about that. That's what keeps life fun. They tell you, travel, right? Traveling keeps you young because you're constantly engaging with something new. So life doesn't pass you by so quickly because if you start getting into a rut, you're doing things over and over, that's what it is. So I always liked that about Luke Cage. I like he escaped in books,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. He found that inspirational, and I think that was something that spoke to a lot of the young black men,
Yeah.
and hopefully the girls as well.